Glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. Yeah, she's apologizing again. Fucking hell. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my dex until it's up against Yuri's, then I hold my book more between the two of them. So our boy is more like an extrovert, but a lot more aware of his like situation with the girls, unlike most anime protagonists that are far more dense, I suppose. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit more, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right arm to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm, holds the right side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. What's happening here? Is the book closing on itself or something? What is the sound? Oh, the menu is still there, despite the fact that I've removed it off the screen because you can hear it. Anyway, so we are holding it with our right hand, and she's holding it with the left hand, and she's turning the pages. Okay. Not necessarily required, I would say. Is this new, by the way? Was this in the original, or did they add this in the plus version? But whatever. Ayu takes her left arm, holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. This way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we are huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. She's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Glance over Yuri's face again, our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. It's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. You've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. Continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I am ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. This word always pisses me off, I don't know why. How am I supposed to read this? It looks like it's supposed to be read volition, but I know everyone says violation. But whenever I say violation, my mind goes to violation. And I'm like, who's getting violated here? Trespassers? I don't know. Like, I can't figure out how to speak this, and I'm too lazy to look it up online on Google or something. Like, what is this? I think it's violation, not violation. It's violation. That's the like slight difference as far as I can tell. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Holy shit, that's some virgin talk right there. That is some mega virgin talk right there. Like, I can relate. Like, not in actuality. I've never sat down with someone else that read like this, but I can probably relate to the manner of speaking he's speaking. Her head is insanely huge. Her ear is really small compared to her head. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she is more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains... What? Yuri remains silent for a moment. But blood. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Seriously? Really? How old are these guys? They are in high school. They should be extremely insensitive towards each other. Come on, man. Like, what high school student talks like this? Oh yes, please. Oh yes, you look like this comic character. Oh, that comic character. Oh man, that means I kind of suck, right? And the other party's like, no, I didn't even know you were self-conscious about that. Like, what type of fucking high school does talk like this? Holy shit. Visual novels really need to make this stuff a little bit more like realistic. Like, recently I watched a hentai, I don't remember the name of it. The animation in that one, I mean, the budget must be insane, because the animation in that one was actually actually there were like some very subtle things that you would see in like porn and stuff, like real porn that they added into the animation. I was like, holy shit, that is amazing. Like, that was fucking, like, one of the scenes, like, there was a scene, like, where this chick is giving a blowjob to this guy, right? Her, like, like, cheeks, like, suck inwards as she goes in and, like, pulls out, because, like the air difference in there, like, that was fucking amazing. I was like, holy shit, that's some high quality stuff. Like, holy fucking shit, like, it's really fucking good. Like, the budget must be fucking insane. Anyway, I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone, I think it's about time we share today's poem with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing a thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close the top of my thumb. Alright. Guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or do you prefer I only read it with you? That was a good one. I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know. That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. I mean, it took me an hour to finish the first chapter, apparently. Whatever. Alright, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. That's what I'm saying. It's not fucking easy to be writing a fucking poem. Anyway, I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, today that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Tari and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. That sentence would have been awful if the poem wasn't there. The poem. Sayuri is in a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook, okay? On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composite notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Now, who the fuck is honking outside? Fucking hell. Who should I show my poem to first? I'm gonna go with Yuri because my poem was aimed at her. I will save it here because this is the first like major. No, maybe not there. Right here, because that's the this is where before the poem, I think. This is after the poem with the first choice of the game. So we're gonna go for here. Hopefully the game allows me to save like multiple times. So we're gonna go with Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. Am I going to read it out loud or just gonna hand it to her? Please hand it to her. Don't read it out loud. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Okay. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten up. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. I know it's ah ha ha ha, but I'm not gonna read it like ah ha ha. Just ha is fine by me. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Use of imagery and metaphors indicate you have written a lot of poetry before. Really? Oh, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, that looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. He traces her fingers along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. The reason I was able to tell. It's just that there were specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Having been through that myself, I'll kind of learn to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognized in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter. They fit the two together, okay? The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. Also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Not. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Okay. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. Love to share my thought processes behind it. Yuri smiles rimmingly as if there's a rare opportunity for her, but which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be the literature club? Literature club. Holy shit! This is her handwriting. Ghost under the light, the tendrils of hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. Oh, I've seen this like writing style before. It's like a whole sentence. You would think there would be another sentence with like rhymes with glow, but it's like it ends with bathing. It's like, fuck this fucker. He's standing right outside my fucking gate and honking. Anyway, so it's like the tendrils of hair. Okay, so the dipshit is gone. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. It's like the hair are underneath the amber glow, bathing. That's so good. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I don't get that one. The last to be replaced by the sickening blue. Oh, so she's talking about like the old like incandescent bulbs, right? Would have an amber glow, and they're supposed to be replaced by the LEDs, which would give out a blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms breathing. Air. Wait, calms breathing? What does that even mean? Calm breathing? Wouldn't that be better? But okay. Calms breathing. Air of the present. While living in the past. Light flickers. I flicker back. Oh, that was so fucking good. Who wrote this shit? That's good. That's good. Though I will say that the amber glow and the sickening hue is better for our world. This dipshit, holy shit, this guy just went away and he came fucking back to honk here. Fucking asshole. I mean, I know, I specifically got off the fucking computer just to like wait around for this asshole to move on, and he moved on like fucking 2 minutes later, and now he came back to fucking honk here. Fucking dipshit, dude. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, that show was so good. I mean, if I was sitting here, I don't care who's sitting in front of me, I would have been just like, holy shit, that's good. Holy shit, that's good. I'm sorry, I have such a terrible handwriting. What? Terrible handwriting? Now you're just being pompous. Fuck you. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I just don't read script very often. I usually think my handwriting... I think your handwriting is pretty. I mean, it is. Fucking hell, that's a relief. Also, I like the poem. You like the poem? It was fucking beautiful. What the fuck? Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. I think I prefer shorter poems, but I've seen some longer poems that are pretty good. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into Ghost Yuri? Who? What does that mean? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Blood. Well, yes, it wasn't actually about ghosts, obviously. It was about fucking the future coming and like our past leaving us, and like the tradition sort of moving forward, and some things that you reminisce about, like the amber glow of the incandescent bulb getting replaced. So one thing getting replaced by other, so being reminiscent about that. Really? Must have totally missed the point. But I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember, the poets often express their own thoughts and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in a last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Yes, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. Soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. I mean, I definitely thought of that. I don't know what this guy is doing, because it was fairly obvious. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing really. This was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous I was doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Blood. Me too. Alright, that was very wholesome. Okay, so it wasn't even a choice. I have to show it to everyone. Now that I've seen that thumbnail, I'm not sure if I want to go for Monica just yet. But these two, I feel like they don't really have much to say about this. I don't really... she reads manga. I don't even know if Sayuri reads anything. We're just gonna go with Monica, I guess.